Well, it's that time of year again. Time for me to change out the end card to my videos so you know all about my latest book. Actually, in this case, it's going to be three latest books, although they're not actually latest, they're upcoming. The books are called the NES Era, volumes 1, 2, and 3. And together they're a celebration of the 40th anniversary of the NES's launch in America, which, as you know, is next fall. These books will be in hand by then. They take a slice of video game history and look at all the console games released in that era. The first volume, which is available for pre order now at limitedrungames.com, actually doesn't look at the NES at all. It's sort of a prequel. It's called Japan and the Road to NES, and it focuses on all Japanese console games from 1979 to 1985, October 1985, when the NES reached America. The point of this book is one, to celebrate the Famicom games and development that fed into the NES launch and, familiar titles that you know and love as an American playing NES games, but also to look at all the competition that Nintendo had, all the other companies and systems that could have been hits. The NES Era Volume 1 looks at nearly 240 games released in Japan in the early 80s. You're familiar with the NES Works books because you're good and cool and smart and have picked up these amazing publications, and they're very in-depth with a ton of text, a ton of screenshots and coverage, dedicating many pages to each game from a single year of the NES's library. That's not what these are. These are large-scale coffee table books. They are a much bigger format. They haven't been published yet, so I can't show you the real thing, but the actual format is going to be the size of this Yes album. Just pretend this is my book and not a Yes album. It's going to be a little thicker than this, but basically it's 12 by 12, and inside will be photographs, screenshots, and a little bit of text to explain the context and nature of each game. So the NES Era Volume 1, Japan and the Road to the NES, is a book about video game history, but it's also just a celebration of all the great packaging and cover art of these games. Each page is a full-size, actually larger than full-size photograph of a game box and a couple of screenshots and some text to accompany it to tell you all about that game. Well, not all about that game, a little bit about that game. Anyway, I've been working on this project since before the pandemic began, so it's been in the works for quite a while, nearly 5 years, and I'm happy to finally be able to bring it to fruition just in time for the NES's 40th anniversary. Volume 1 is on sale now, Volumes 2 and 3 will go up for sale in due time. And the reason we're doing these as pre-orders is because the large size format of these books makes them very expensive to produce. So in order to keep the costs down, we're doing a single printing with pre-orders only. I hope you will check it out and consider pre-ordering it. It's been a passion project of mine. I've tracked down so many of these games and spent so much time trying to find out everything I can about these obscure systems that I'm really happy to bring this all to fruition and want to get it into as many hands as possible, but also to make it reasonably priced so that people are actually interested in picking it up. So please head over to limitedrungames.com and pre-order Volume 1 of the NES Era and look forward to the future volumes coming soon. Also, if you happen to order Volume 1, you'll receive a discount code for Volume 2 for $5 off. And likewise, if you pre-order Volume 2, you'll get a $5 off discount code for Volume 3. That's the NES Era Volume 1 at limitedrungames.com. Please look forward to it.